In the quiet of the night, I hear a whisper in the wires, a fragile tone that pulls me gently through the fire. Every chord remembers you, every note becomes a name. I'm reaching through the frequencies, but nothing sounds the same. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow, and every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes.
Echoes.
Of Sorenzo.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby.
Of Sorenzo.
Ooh, baby, baby, baby.
The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me again. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow, and every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static. Every fading memory reaches for my falling through the echoes. Still searching for your glow.
Ladies,
That crashes in
gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Podcast. I am your host with the most, Monsieur Senor Mr. Sorenzo.
of Sorenzo.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you something. We are in the mood today. We're so in the mood today. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we're in the mood today. Because today's stream is gonna be a kick-ass one. That's right. That's why. On a weekend, we're going to be athletic. We're going to be killing it because first, we are going to talk about Harley Benton guitars. coming up with a Relic'ed series, a new aged series in their models. We're going to talk about that first. Secondly, we're going to talk about a couple of articles. You know, there was a couple of nice articles that were there, and I was like, that's interesting news. I liked it. We're going to talk about those. Solar ACS1.6 FRW in white gloss. I mean, clearly Solar is going after Ibanez's naming conventions when it comes to like you reading something and knowing what is it that you're looking at. They're following the path of Ibanez, and that's great for them. So we're going to talk about that guitar. And then very lastly, we had a guitar introduced to us by one of our friends of the stream, Vadim, who, by the way, stays up until 2:30 in the morning to watch the stream. We're going to talk about that. Bibby42. I think that's your first chat on the stream, pal. I haven't seen you around. How you doing, Bibby? Bibby says, Solar, is that Ola England? It is indeed. Solar. He wanted a name that has Ola in it, I swear to God. And he couldn't stick to his surname like Ola Strandberg. But yes, that Solar is Ola England's guitar brand. Quartz makes them. I don't actually. Does Quartz make it for them? I'm joking around now. But what I was about to say is that Quartz makes them for him, and then he slaps the brand to the headstock. That's what he does. But I don't know if Quartz actually make them. Where are they made, by the way? Do you know, Bibby? Bibby, do you know where Solar guitars are made? Where are Solar guitars made in? Bibby says, it's been a while since I was able to come back. Appreciate your stream. I appreciate you, brother. So good to see you. So good to see you. Happy Saturday. I got to tell you, we're in the mood today, man. We're ready to go. So, Solar guitars are made in Indonesia, China, Spain, and France. Holy sh. Okay. The company is headquartered and operates in the main warehouse in Spain. Girona, Spain. Interesting. So standard production models the AC series, for example, are manufactured in Indonesia and China, and Spain and France produce the high-end custom shop instrument, and so on. Very interesting. I didn't know that. I thought he has a one-stop shop. Oh, okay, respect to him. I like that, actually. I like how he diversified it and got different places going. So no, hats off to him. Bibby says South America, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. It doesn't say here. So like, I'm reading to you what I got from Google AI, because you know when you Google search it, Google AI jumps in now. Baby42 says, I remember watching a video where Ola had to travel to South America for his guitar. Not sure why. Could be that at some point he did it there. The thing is, you know, like, I appreciate the fact that a smaller high-end custom shop is involved. I just appreciate that. Like, too many factories are going to court Indonesia. Do you know what I mean? Too many factories. Smaller shops, high-end shops that are doing quality work. I just love it. I just love it. Zuhair says, boo. Are you a ghost, Zuhair, today? Did you ghost someone? Did someone ghost you? Something happened this week to you, Zuhair, that had to do with a ghost. Because that booing around that you've got going on over there, like, I don't... this is the only... This week, something happened to you that relates to a ghost, one way or the other. I don't know the exact details. But a man that starts the chat with a boo, that's a ghostly behavior. So I don't know what to tell you. Bibby says, what does Google AI know? That's a very good point. that's actually a great point. From the looks of it, not a whole lot. Like, So there's like a lot of free frontier models like you can use for free, right? There's paid memberships, but you can't use them for free. So you got the Anthropics, you got the Open AIs, the closed AI, right? You got the Grok on X, Elon's, and then you got Google's, right? Those are the ones I know. And you put something in like all four of them rather. And usually the Google one is the one that is weirdly a little off. So I hear you when you say, what does Google AI know? I'm like, that's a good point. It's just that I'm used to Googling things. And I'm getting better at it, right? I'm actually, starting to directly use those AI apps, but it's just I'm used to Google, and that's what I got. That's what I have for you. Sorry. Zuhair says 16 seconds delay. Really? No way. That's not good. That shouldn't be. Yeah, so I can tell you for a fact that my settings are exactly as the last time. So there shouldn't be. Do let me know. Yeah. So the thing about it is that YouTube doesn't let you reduce the latency after a certain point because it impacts the quality of the stream. So essentially what happens is that the streaming information that goes to YouTube's, they hold it there a little. They create that delay on purpose a little, because what that does is that it ensures that everything gets loaded properly so that you guys can see the stream with not much interruption or drop in quality, right? But I'll have a look into it. The settings are just like the last time that we had it for like 9 seconds, I think. Yeah. Bibi says he's missing a letter. He meant boob. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, well, if that's the case, then Zuhair, something happened this week that had to do with boob. I don't know what happened. I don't need to know about it. But something happened this week that one way or the other had to do with that particular soft, lovely, and cushiony item. Don't tell me about it. But I know something happened this week. Now, what happened exactly? I don't know. I don't know the details of. But I'm glad you had a good week. This is a guitar stream, by the way, for those of you who are joining us for the first time. Hi, I'm Mr. Sorenzo. This is the Guitar Podcast. And we talk all things guitar. Bibi says, yeah, I use Google all the time, and sometimes it needs sentences rephrased. It is what it is. You're right. Did you know that there are actually jobs right now in businesses for more that are owned by more old school people that don't know how to use these stuff, and that job is literally for people that actually can use the AI like a little better than everyday average user. They know how to phrase this stuff. They know a little coding, so they can translate those business needs and requirements into actionable AI things. There are jobs for that right now, which is superb. Like, I was like, this is amazing. This is just crazy. Yeah. Zuhair says, testing delay. Fair enough. Do that. While you're testing 6.31, that's all right. 6.31 is good. Right? 631 is good. I like it. Let's get our first item on the docket started. Now that we got it, let's do it. So, Sean is back. G'day, Sean. How are you doing, brother? Sean says you just need to bully AI and tell it what you don't want to hear. Yeah, a lot of good thing comes out of that. Bibi says, let's go. Sean says, hey, brother, I haven't been... Why? Everything all right? What happened, dude? What's going on? We missed you around, dude. I don't know what is it you're dealing with, but we sure missed you around. I hope you're well. I don't know what happened. Lung infection. Oh, God. That sucks. Yeah, I had it once. That's not fun at all, dude. And I bet the weather is not helping you. So for those who don't know, it's crazy cold in Australia right now. It's really cold. And so, yeah, all right. Sorry, dude. I hope you recover soon. Hopefully this doesn't stay long with you. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Let's get you feeling a little bit more athletic today, shall we, Sean? Even worse in Canberra. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Canberra is more desert-like. All right. Let's do it. Let's get Sean feeling athletic. Let's get it going, shall we? Let's do this. I am going to share my screen with y'all. Check this out. Harley Bentons. Harley Benton. For those who don't know, Harley Bentons are a affordable-ish guitar brand. And is it true? I think they're owned by Thomann. But essentially, it's a more affordable guitar brand that they've got out there. They produce Tellys and Strats, essentially. We're not gonna call them Tellys and Strats, guys. Sorry, we don't wanna have our stream sued by Fender. So we're gonna call them the S shapes and the Twank style. How about that? And out of these Relic'ed models, they're calling it aged models. There are 5 models coming in. The Twank style, the what do we call the Mustang / Meteor? What do we call those? We're gonna call this a Must Bang, not a Mustang. We're gonna call it a Must Bang because it's so good that you want to bang it. How about that? So we got the Must Bang model, and then we got the S style model. I named it after myself, and then a bunch of basses. We don't care. Out of which, you got a light aged and a heavy aged version of it, which I thought that was athletic. We liked it, right? So that's essentially a new series that they started producing, and the aging is, by the way, is nice detailed. So it's not just on the body or on the fretboard. The hardware too is Relic'ed a bit, which is kind of nice. So you can see, like, it is going down the path of looking like, you know, the aging stuff that you'd get from more expensive custom shops, I guess, right? So that's and I was like, that's really interesting. There was, before these guys, there was one other company that produced like really good quality lower end guitars that I knew of that did the aging, and that was Artist Guitars, which I think that's actually an Australian company. But they have a presence in the US and Europe as well. But like their Telecasters, like, I don't know, $300 US, aged, like hand wound pickups, amazing guitars for the price. So yeah, Harley's entering that game, and I thought it's worthy of having a chat about it. So what do we have here? A selected American alder body, a bolt-on neck that has a vintaged caramelized Canadian maple. Guys, caramelized is just roasted maple, right? Roasted Canadian maple. So neck and fingerboard, both of them. C profile neck. A C profile neck. First fret is 20.5 mil. 12th fret 22.5. So it's getting. This is medium. This is by no means a slim neck at all. So to me, 19th mils or lower. That's what I say. That's a thin neck. So no, this is not thin. This is, to me, it's like somewhere in the medium range. Fingerboard radius is 305 mils. That is, how much is that? 12 inches? 14 inches? 12 inches. Yeah, okay. 12 inches in fretboard radius, not a surprise. 25.5-inch scale length, 42 mil nut width. Nice. A graphite nut? Fine. 21 premium 2.7 medium jumbo nickel silver frets? Fine. And then you have the one Isola VT whatever Alnico 5 bridge and Alnico 5 neck single coils. Nice and bright. Fine. Everything else is really like ordinary. There's nothing crazy going on. Finish is light aged polyurethane. That's not a surprise for a guitar in this price tag. Same with the color. And it says each guitar is aged by hand, so the finish may vary slightly. Each instrument is unique, which I thought that was great. So out of all of this, when I was having a look at it, really, I think they've done a great job to make the specs sellable online. Again, because we're in a world where you buy before you try. Back in the good old days, it was like you try the guitar in a store, then you buy. So it's try before you buy. And now you buy online and then you try it. And if you don't like it, you return it. So that's buy before you try. So in a world like that, all these spec sheets are heavily optimized for, selling things online, right? So they've done a great job. Like they've said all the right stuff. You know what I mean? The 42 mil nut, the nickel silver frets. The only thing really missing here is lumen lace side dots. That's the only thing missing. Aged by hand, love it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, great spec sheet. But yeah, so these are out, and yeah, this is the brand that is owned by Thomann. This brand was one of the reasons that Thomann got that cease and desist letter with Fender, and now they're in a full-on legal fight. Thomann and Fender, and so in a world like that, like in a scenario that they are in that fist fight, going mano a mano with Fender, doing another Strat is interesting. So that was the part that just made me laugh a little. I liked it a lot. You know what I mean? Thomann is like, yeah, bring it on. Here's another Strat, by the way. Yeah. So that was the new thing. I like it. Look, at the end of the day, the fact that we're getting more like better quality, affordable stuff. I don't know how good of a quality this is. These guitars are because they just got released. I don't know not much about them. But looking at the spec sheets are just getting better and better. With technology, the guitar production is getting better and better. I like it. That somebody who wants to get like a Relic'ed guitar already, and they don't want to relic it themselves, by playing it so much, they get to actually have, something nice and affordable at hand. I like it. Makes me happy, genuinely. I really dig that aqua color, by the way. Look at that. This is so fun. I like it. I really dig this. So there you have it, folks. That was the first guitar that I was like, all right, first of all, they are doing another Strat, S-style, we're going to call it. Sorry, not a Strat. I apologize. And they're doing a Twang style guitar. And they're Relic'ed. We liked it. We liked it a lot. All right, so we had some new chats. By the way, BB says, I got a couple of Harley Bentons. I was shocked at how good they actually are. Hell yeah, okay. I'm actually tempted to buy that Twang style guitar, just to try it out, and then compared with the artist Twang style, and see which one is better. I was just curious about the Twang style. Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, so good, right? So good. Like, imagine, you guys, if Fender didn't have any competitors. Or maybe we shouldn't use the name Fender anymore because we might get sued. So we're going to call it Chender. How about that, guys? Wouldn't that be horrifying if Chender didn't have any competitors? Because then you would get this like crappy telly that you would get from Chender for $800, $600 or whatever, for like $5,000 made in China. Like, you know what I mean? Thank God there's competitors out there for like that produce things of quality. We like it. We like it a lot. Free marketplace, baby. Everybody benefits. The buyers, us, we benefit. The companies benefit, believe it or not, because now they're forced to innovate and get better. Yeah. Sean says because everyone needs to glow in the dark. Yeah, everybody, dude. It's not a real guitar unless you have the lumen lace side dots in green or blue. You guys gotta lift your games up. Like anybody who I couldn't even finish the sentence. Every bedroom guitar player needs lumen lace side dots. So the fact that this guitar doesn't have it, I think, makes it unworthy of purchase. Swear says these guitars ship from La Germania. I don't know where they ship from. I don't think so. No, they no way. They're made in some Asian countries. So hold on. Where are Harley Benton guitars made? China, Indonesia, and China and Vietnam. So that's where they're made in. Harley Benton guitars are manufactured across roughly 20 different partner factories, by the way. 20. So not just one or two. So Court is producing the higher end on the Harleys. And then China and Vietnam. So I didn't know about Vietnam, by the way. I knew the China and the Indonesia. Right? But they're warehoused in Germany. So that's where they're coming from. You're right, Zuhair. They're warehoused in Germany. They're produced in those Asian countries. They're warehoused in Germany because that's where Hans Thomann, that's where that warehouse is. However, they do have a U.S. warehouse. So previously they operated a dedicated satellite warehouse in Connecticut to fulfill U.S. Reverb store orders. However, Thomann officially closed this on January 31st of 2026. That's not long ago, a few months ago. Yeah. All global orders, including for customers in the United States, Australia, and Europe, are now shipping directly from La Germania. Yeah. So they are coming from Germany. Yeah. Sean says the first relic mark is the hardest. Like actually you relicing your guitar? Is that what you meant? Baby says, could you imagine Steve Vai playing a freaking Fender? Oh God, imagine. Imagine if he did that. That would be like it would be the biggest. Because the thing is, here's the thing, right? And it would be a massive, massive mistake. I know. Can I tell you guys a fun story? I know for a fact that at some point, PRS Guitars was heavily going after Steve Vai to have him added to the list of the artists, to the roster. And Steve said no. Me being a PRS guitar fan, I was like, I was like, Steve Vai did the right thing. Because Steve Vai's name and gem, like the gem model, like they're intertwined. That's been his signature guitar. That's been the guitar that people identified him with, and vice versa, for the longest time ever. You know? So there are a few really famous artists that have like really famous, like iconic signature guitars. Steve Vai is one of them. There are very few. There's not that many. So Steve Vai and Gem is one of them. Maybe Joe Satriani and his Ibanez is another one. John Petrucci and Music Man, Majesty. That's another one. Do you know what I mean? Really, really iconic. Eddie Van Halen and his guitar. Eddie Van Halen's wasn't as iconic because it just jumped ships a lot. His guitars changed. You know what I mean? Les Paul? Is Les Paul a signature guitar? Right. So you get the idea, right? There's like a few artists that have iconic guitars that like that's it. Like they're intertwined so much. So him moving away from that would have been a big mistake, I think. So, yeah. You know, like I saw Mateus Asado moving from Sir to Fender, and I was like, sell out. I'm kidding. That was a joke. I was surprised when I saw that. Like, why would you go from a high-end boutique guitar maker to Fender? Because, like, everything Fender does in S-style guitars, for example, Sir does better. Like, let's be honest. Like, everything Fender does, there's nothing I can think of that Fender does better than Sir, other than, like, marketing. I'll give them that. Like, marketing. They're great at marketing. They have a dedicated marketing ginormous department, right? That a smaller business like Sir can't have, right? But other than that, like, guitar-wise, I can't think of anything that Fender does better than Sir. And Mateus Asado left them for, and I was like, God, I can't believe he did that. Like, how much more money are they paying him? Is it a lot? Does anyone know? How much money did it take for Mr. Asado to move from Sir to Fender? Like, on an annual basis. Did it work? I hope it's worth it for them. Like he did it a short time before this whole Fender cease and desist lawsuit situation started. And Mateus was oddly quiet about all of those things. Yeah. I hope it's worth it for him. He's an artist at the end of the day, so I'm not trying to trash it. BB says, I'm not a fan of Fender. I hear you, dude. I hear you. It's hard to be a fan of Fender these days. That's for sure. Sean says, I'm going to put it out there. I still love Fender guitar. That's more than fair, dude. That's more than fair. I don't understand. This whole thing started online when this whole Fender shit show started. And what I never understood is why people are going at each other's throat. Like, Fender did it. Fender buyers didn't do it. I have a Fender twang style guitar at home, and I love it. So I just don't understand this whole idea of, like, people going at each other's throat. I just never understood it. Right? It's a business at the end of the day, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? It's somebody else's business at the end of the day. Like, let people love, you know, what they love and do what they need to do, you know? Vadim says, howdy, what happened to your nose? Ooh, baby. I'm glad you asked. Nothing happened to my nose. I realized I enjoy breathing a lot. Breathing was one of those things that I was missing out on a little bit. And Sean says, switching to being a nose breather. Yeah, no, my nose gradually has lost its capacity of bringing air in. So, like, I have to go to a doctor to get it checked. And my partner is like, yeah, when you go there, they're going to put a camera in your nose and they're going to go so deep it's going to come out of your ass. And I'm like, I don't want to go. So then if that's the case, because she's went through it. Mrs. Peaches has gone through it. And she's like, yeah, they put a camera in there and it comes from your other end. It's so deep. And then you got to do a surgery. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do any of that. So what are other things I can do in the interim so I can breathe better, right? So I don't feel like I'm getting choked all the time. And nose strips were a solution to it. And I tried it and I loved it. That I slept with these 2 nights in a row now. And I feel more rested for sure. So, yeah. So at some point, I have to go to a doctor. But that, like, it will be at a time when I'm just over this whole imagining what's going to happen to me when I get, because this is what happened, right? Mrs. Peachy came in And she's like, oh, this is what's going to happen. They're going to put a camera up your nose and out your ass. And I'm immediately imagining everything as she's saying it. I'm imagining it. And I don't like my imagination. I don't like where my mind was going about it. So I decided that, you know what? Let's just get something better. Like this. And then what I'll do, we'll wait for the weather to get a little warmer. And then we'll see how the nose is vacuuming the air in. And then if it's good, we're good. If not, then I'll have to take it on the chin and go to the doctor and get a camera in my nose and out my other side. That deep, yes. Sean says, no more of that being filthy. No more of that filthy mouth breathing. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's right. In fact, I'm so committed to it that I'll be duct taping my own mouth just so that I can only... It's going to be a little hard to stream like that, you know, with your mouth duct taped, but we'll do it after the stream. No, it's not an allergy, Vadim. It's just me increasing my breathing capacity. Genuinely, like, yeah, it made a difference for me. I don't know whether it would make a difference for others, but for me, it actually made a difference, especially when I sleep. Bibi says so deep. Yeah, like that. She said it, and I was imagining it as she was saying it. So, Sean says, I read a book called Breath by James Nestor. Changed my life. Oh, nice. Okay, what was that about? Just the importance of breathing and meditation and things of that nature. Yeah. You know what's the downside of this nose strip? It makes your nose like looking wider. Actually, I'll give you guys a better view. Check this out. And I just realized that it's not symmetrical so this side is a little lower than this side. That's okay. But yeah, my nose looks wider. All right, enough about my nose. Your face can pull it off. I'll take it. Thank you. I look like a rugby player. I feel like I just need like a couple of those like black face paint thingies. What? Yeah. Vadim says, you look like a high panda. I look like a high panda. Where did you get that? Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second, drop it. Zuhair says, gonna eat and watch a movie. Bye, Sorenzo. All right, dude, take care. Have fun. Alrighty, shall we jump to the next item on the docket? Because one thing before we even go there, I'm trying to get Gemini to draw us an image of a high panda. And this is what it came up with. That doesn't look like me. I mean, I know I'm wearing a white t-shirt. But that's a high panda. How good is that? Rightio. Shall we? Let's jump to the next item on the docket. Let's do it. So, this item on the docket, by the way, the next item on the docket is a courtesy of Vadim. It's Vadim's courtesy. So 2 weeks ago, we were in the chat and Vadim recommended us to have a look at a particular guitar. And that guitar is a killer guitar. And by killer, I mean just like, not just like looks killer, but the brand is also called Killer. Okay, so it is a killer guitar, literally. And when I saw it, so this is a Japanese brand, by the way. This is a Japanese brand. This is obviously like, made in Japan, high quality stuff. It is at about what? $3,000, $2,800 US. It's sort of wobbling around that price tag. But when I looked at it, I was like, that's interesting. That's like, when I looked at it, the body of it reminded me of a mix of like a Ibanez X model having a baby with like a BC Rich. Like, that was the vibe I got from there. And the headstock kind of looked like EVH Guitar's headstock a little. The fun thing about it is that you have that like one string tuner falling on the other side. So it's a 5-1 combination, which I thought that was fun. So anyways, that body shape, when I looked at it 2 weeks ago, was like really interesting to me. And I told Vadim that we're going to look into it a little later. Well, now it's the time, right? So before we even talk about specs or anything else, how about us having a little listen to this guitar played, and then we'll talk about the specs on this baby. All right, pause the music. Let us have a listen, and I'll give you guys some volume, shall we? Boom. Given that most of you don't probably speak Japanese, let's jump to the next one. There was more than one that is being played here. Check this out, by the way. Can we get a translation? Let me change see if I can change the captions from Japanese to English. Damn it. So it doesn't do that. Because right now, one of the things that YouTube is doing is that they're doing like AI translation. So like it directly speaks English with you. Like even if it's in Japanese. Yeah. So long story short, that was the models that were there. Check this one out, by the way. It's the black one. Hell yeah. Dimebag Darrell would have loved these. Like, for some reason, when I listened to it, I'm like, Dimebag Darrell would have really, really hit hard with these. So anyways, that was the guitar. So let's have a chat about it. You have a hard maple neck with a narrow U-shaped neck. So I don't know, U-shaped stuff, I guess you get a little bit of more of an angle where your thumb sits. You know, C is a little like that, U is a little more like that, right? Tri-point joint, a wheel, truss rod, 22 frets on a hard maple fingerboard. You have Lumenlay black rings. We got Lumenlay on this one, guys. Scale length at 25.5-inch scale. Neck and bridge pickups are both in-house killer pickups. Master volume, you got your normal, pickup select switch, the 3-way. You got a volume cancel direct switch, which is kind of nice. Floyd Rose 1000. So Floyd Rose 1000, essentially, right? And you have an old natural semi-gloss finish. This one obviously coming with a sunburst kind of a vibe. Yeah. And I thought this was a really, really interesting guitar overall. Vadim says, made by ESP, quite resonant. This deep pocket thing does its job. Really, it's really well thought out. Not too big. Yeah. I thought it was, to be honest with you, I thought, there was a saying. This is what I think this guitar did super well. There was a saying that says, if you want to have something sold, if you want to have something easily marketed and sold easily, make it new but familiar. See where I'm coming from? Keep it new, but still keep it familiar. And I thought this guitar did that. Like the moment I saw it, I'm like, oh, it is a new shape. But to me, it wasn't like, oh my God, like what is this thing? Strandbergs, when they came out, was like, oh my God, what is this thing? Right? It didn't have that much familiarity, despite the fact that yes, Steinbergers back in the day. Strandberg by no means was the first, company to do headless guitars, for example, right? But when they came out, after God knows how many years of R&D they did, the product was really, really new. Like you were like, what is this thing? This was not. This was much more familiar. So I was happy to see that, to be honest with you. We guitar buyers are very conservative, all of us, in our guitar buying. If we like something, we stick to it. We hardly try new things. And we still like things old school, right? And so that, incentivizes companies to sort of rinse and repeat the same things. So the fact that they went out of their way to do something like that, I thought that was super. We really dig this. Yeah. Baby says, whenever I break a string on one of my Floyds, I just purchase. It is a pain. It is a pain. I get it, dude. It's one of the reasons why I had a bit of a fatigue for Floyd guitars for some time. I just hate servicing him and setting him up. Like, I've been doing it for a long time. I know how to do it. But like, it's more time consuming. There are little tricks, baby, you can do here and there to help you out, by the way. So breaking a string is a different story. But for example, if you want to change the string on a Floyd guitar, you can actually change the strings one by one, right? Because habitually, one of the things we do, we just, want to change the strings, just take the whole thing out, right? And that works perfectly for a hardtail guitar, for example, right? But with a Floyd guitar, if you're changing strings, this time don't take the whole thing out. Just put a block under your Floyd, whatever that is, so anything that keeps it stable, right? Just wood block or whatever you got. So ideally something that has a little bit of softness at the top of it, so your Floyd doesn't hit a hard surface. Just block the Floyd out at its natural position, and then start removing the strings one by one. So take one string out, put it in there, install the new string, tune it, then go to the next. Take it out, install the new one, tune it. So you're essentially maintaining the same tension throughout. And so by the time you finish restringing that guitar like that, you have less of a, hassle to tune your guitar and set the height and the movement of your Floyd with the springs at the back. It's an easier job. It's an easier setup, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And Bibi says, now I got to purchase a wood block for each one of my Floyds. You don't. You know why? I'll give you this. This is what I do. No joke. I'll tell you guys exactly what I use. So this is a cloth that you use to clean your guitars, right? And I bought this cloth. All I do is this. Check this out. Whoop. Like that. And then shove this under the Floyd. Right? Shove this deep enough, fold it enough, like for each guitar is different, right? But do that, and at some point, the Floyd is going to land on something soft and cushiony, but it's also not going to go lower than that point that you want it to go. That's what I use. And it works like magic. I love it. I like this better than a block, because now my Floyd is landing on a soft surface as opposed to a hard surface. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I use. I find this better than the wood block. Or those, like, there's stuff you can buy. Like Music Nomad has stuff that you can buy. I feel more comfortable with that, to be fully honest. Yeah. Vadim says, these are really popular in Japan. I guess because of Akira from Loudness, the creator of the band. Right, okay. Does he have a signature guitar with him? I wonder. Let's see. Bang. There we go. Boom. Bang. Let me give you guys this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Check this out. There you go. Hell yeah. So, that. Vadim says, BB, just buy a hardtail. Yeah, you can buy that too. There are different ones there too. Yeah. BB says, absolutely, bro. Now I got to purchase a wood block for each one of my Floyds. Yep. BB says, Mr. Sorenzo, you hold on. Stop the music. Stop the music. We gotta pay attention to this particular one. I haven't fully read it. BB says, Mr. Sorenzo, you might just be a genius. You think? I love a good compliment on a weekend. I gotta tell you. No, dude, the cloth is just easier. Swear to God, like I don't know. I am so sensitive about my guitars. Genuinely, I thought if I had like a lot of guitars, that sensitivity might drop, and it never happened. Because I remember, man, I used to be dirt broke, y'all. Like I'm talking dirt broke, and when I bought my first guitar, like myself, right? Because I left my parents' house when I was 17, right? The first one I could afford to buy was a secondhand Samick Strat-shaped guitar. One pickup wasn't working, and I bought it for $100 US. It came with the guitar, an old crappy amp that, again, kind of didn't fully work, a couple of leads. One of them was completely faulty, and 4 or 5 different straps. So the guy who sold it to me was just trying to get rid of them. I found them on Facebook Markets, and I paid $150 US, I think, for the whole lot. And that's all I could afford, right? And so I loved electric guitars. I still do. But because that crappy guitar was all I could afford, like faulty, pickups didn't work, had fret sprouts. But that darn guitar was like so well taken care of because that's all I had and I loved it. As things got better, I started buying more and more guitars, and it became an addiction, and I started buying and selling them. And you know, at some point I'm like, you know what, that sensitivity is it never left. To this day, like, except from 2 guitars that are out in the wild, everything is packed in its gig bag or hard case, and it's stored somewhere securely. Like every single guitar. I have more than a few guitars, but you don't see me like putting them out there. And I have literally 3 or 5 stands for my guitars. But literally right now, only 2 of my guitars are out in the room in direct contact with like the room. Like, you know what I mean? Everything else is either in a hard case or in a soft case, stored somewhere securely. And every day if I want to use them, I'll just take them out, play, and then put them back there. That's how sensitive I am. So the fact that it's nice and soft and the Floyd can land on it softly is just a win for me. I don't know, but that's just me. Yeah. So there we go. Enough about me. Vadim says ENGL hardtailer is a on-off switch to block your trim. You can down tune with it. You can change strings with it. Nice. This whole brand is a signature guitar. Nice. Okay. The killer guitars, right? Interesting. Sean says, so close, and yet what, Sean? Vadim says, Mr. High Panda Genius, you need a t-shirt with that. Mr. High Panda Genius? one day I wore a white t-shirt. See the kind of shit you guys are giving me. And I'm wearing white jeans too, by the way. So we're going full white today. Madam says 17 is early. Don't know what it. Do you have AliExpress there? Oh yeah, we have AliExpress here. In Australia, anything you want like Chinese, you'll find it in Australia. Australia and China have a very, very close relationship economically. In some ways, like not close in terms of like friendly. It's still competitor. It's still, some people will even consider it a little adversarial. But there is a large population of Chinese people in Australia, because Australia is a country of like 33 million people, I think. There's a large community of Chinese immigrants here, and Australia's economy is not as big as the U.S.'s, but even the U.S.'s, for example, right? Economy is, China is probably the biggest U.S. economic partner, right? So it's not even that. It's not even the size of the economy. So anyways, we do have AliExpress here, yes, and Temu, and all the other stuff. Anyways, all right. Shall we check out the one last guitar we wanted to check out today? Let's do that, because I really wanted to check this guitar out too. Check this out. This was another guitar this week that caught my eyes, and I thought, yeah, I'm getting more and more interested in what Solar guitars are doing. I think when I was thinking about it the other day, I'm like, it's so interesting to me that in a difficult market like this, because let's be honest, guys, right now the market is rough for sellers. If you're trying to sell a guitar, and I've got 2 of my guitars for sale right now on Facebook Markets, I'm selling them locally. It's rough. It's a rough market right now for sellers. And so what I'm doing right now, I'm not reducing the price anything. I know it might take more than a year for these guitars to sell, and I'm okay with it. So I'll keep them in the market for more than a year if I have to. I'm not going to compromise on the price so much. But it's a soft market. Like I went there knowing that. And when I'm buying, I bought a Strandberg, I don't know, 2-3 months ago or so. And I got like a half price deal on that. Like, that's how soft the market is right now. Literally half price. The guitar is mint. So the fact that someone like Ola Englund, who is a musician and now a YouTuber, operates that business in an environment like this is fascinating. Hats off to him. And I'm not a fan of everything he does. I'm not a fan of some of the way he does his content and things of that nature. So I'm not saying he's perfect or anything. He's not supposed to be perfect like anybody else. So, but all my respects to him for him operating it and keep it going, because it's a rough market right now. Him and Chapman guys too. Bob Chapman as well. So yeah, you got to respect him. Bibby says, I'm not a fan of the tuners below the headstock. I hear you, dude. Yeah, so it's just amazing to me. Like, it's not luck. There's a lot of, having ran a small business myself, and then, you know, building one as we speak right now. It's rough. And the fact that he grew it to this size, it's just insane. Yeah. Anyways, so the ACS1.6 FRW white gloss, with all of his smarts, Ola couldn't figure out a better name for this. He's stepping down the road. You know, he's stepping in the same direction as Ibanez is with their naming conventions, and I don't like it. I think it sucks. I think we're better off with a name that we can actually remember, right? Like, call this the White Mantis. Like the man, I don't know, whatever. I just pulled it out of my... right? So anyways, we got that going on. Now, check this out. Let's have a listen to it first, and then we will discuss the specs together, shall we? Vadim says... Bibi says, I'm picky. Vadim says, that's normal. We're all weird. Otherwise, we wouldn't have liked guitars. I hear you. Yeah, that's a good point. Some headstocks look good reversed, and some don't. Yeah. Yes, old ESP headstocks, like Jackson Lawsuit ones, look amazing reversed. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. I agree. I agree with you, actually. All right. Shall we listen to this? Watch this, rather. Why isn't this playing? Why isn't this video loading like a normal human being? There we go. What? Sorry, guys. The video is supposed to be loading. There we go. Okay, cool. That's more like it. Check this out. Was athletic. We liked it. We liked it a lot. That was athletic, no? BB says freaking sick. I agree. That was really good. And I like it. He's demoing his own guitars. Like, that's super, right? I like it. I like it. That was nice. Doroteo says, Metal Maniacs, I'm on summer vacation. Ooh, baby. With many family members at the beach at South Texas at the beach house, but I'm watching the stream right now. So good to see you, brother. I'm so glad you're taking that vacation, man. By the way, can I tell you guys something? Doroteo earlier sent me a video of his practice session, and it was athletic. You guys, the thing I loved about your playing, dude, and I told you about it there too, is the economy of movement you have in your fingers. Like when I see you playing, there is no crazy lift on those fingers. Everything is small. And I just loved it. So, yeah, hats off to you. Enjoy that vacation, my man. So, check this out. So, this is $1,200 US. I think this is the Indonesian-made one. So, what do we have here? Does not come with a gig bag. 6 strings, Solar locking tuners. We like that. It comes with blacksmith strings that are 946. And 946 makes sense for a guitar like this, right? It's a one-trick pony for metal players. That 46 on the low E allows you to down tune it if you want to a little. But the out-of-factory tuning is E standard, right? 25.5-inch scale, a thin C shape, so C Solars are a little thinner. Was it like 20 mils on the first fret? 19 mils? Something like that. 3-piece maple neck. That's good. Matching locking bridge. We like that. A set-through neck joint. 43 mil width at the first fret. Vadim's going to love that. So there we go. 20 mils. Yeah, I was right. It was 20 mils on the first. The thickness of it. Fretboard material is ebony. We have a 350. What is 350 mils in? 350 mils in inches. 14 inches? What is this? Yeah, almost 14 inches. I was right. Like, what was that? Comes with lumen lace side dot, guys. If you want to be a true guitar player, this is the one to go. Not the Harley one, right? And you have 27 frets on this baby. So not 24, 27. We like it. Down tunable. Now, check this out. Stainless steel frets. Comes with a Gota 96 big block bridge. We saw that, by the way. We saw that in the video. It's a Japanese-made Gota. And it has noise silencing trim springs, is what it says. Essentially, if I'm not mistaken, those trim springs are coated with something that stops them from buzzing and ringing. If I'm not mistaken, that's the technology. I could be wrong there. So, what do we have? Passive pickups on 500K tone pots. The neck pickup is the Simmer Duncan dual rail, and the Duncan Solar pickups that are made by Simmer Duncan. Duncan Solar dual rail. So that's a stacked humbucker. That's when you have two single coils instead of being next to each other, being on top of one another. So the top coil is responsible for picking up the signal. The bottom coil is responsible for canceling the noise, right? So that's called a stacked humbucker as opposed to a normal humbucker. So the thing that you see here, this is not a single coil, right? It's a humbucker. Looks like a single coil, but it's not. And then the humbucker on the bridge is an actual humbucker, right? Push and pull volume pot, 3-way toggle switch, and the control covers are gloss black. Nothing crazy there. White gloss, and finish on the neck is steel wool. Huh. Didn't see that coming. All right, fair enough. That's an interesting guitar, no? That is an interesting guitar. Vadim says, if it was 24/7/5 scale, it would be something like Caparison, Horus, or Jackson Fusion, or ESP Maverick. You're right. Does have the Maverick vibe to it, for sure. But then again, for like Ola and Ola's followers and people who would buy these, like those people are not gonna stay on standard tuning. Like that's the cohort of guitar players that down tunes their guitars, at least a step, right? You know what I mean? So having that 27th fret and at least 25.5-inch scale makes perfect sense, Adam says, go to Floyd is great, though. I agree with you. The 43 mils, no bueno. Yeah, I know. That's why I gave you the shout out. Dorotio asks, why are you wearing a nasal strip? My breathing capacity has been impacted a little. My nose, it's not even clogged, but it feels like it is. And so this helps a little, especially when I'm sleeping. Yeah. Vadim says because he's a panda today. Yep, that's the joke. Hi Panda, is what we're having a go at Soren with today. We like it. Doroteo says this guitar looks inspired from the 80s and 90s Charvel guitars. So much of it. But 80s and 90s Charvels were a little rounded on the horns, no? This is like a super strat, like extended long horns. Stuff like that. Very 80s vibe, though. You're right. Like, I think when did those stack humbuckers start to show up? 80s guitars, right? I think that's like... I got to research this. But yeah, I think 80s was the time where like the stacked humbuckers started to come out. I could be wrong. I'll research that to see when that technology actually came out. I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Vadim says, yeah, Fusions. I had a Charvel DK065. No Fusion, though. It was 25.5-inch scale. The 80s. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's search it, shall we? I wonder. So, when did stacked guitar humbuckers first produced? When were they first produced? I'll tell you guys in a sec. I'm sure it was 80s. It was in the 80s. There we go. Yeah, we were right. It is the 80s. The first commercially successful stacked humbuckers were developed and patented by DiMarzio in 1984, and then Seymour Duncan in 1985. Definitely 80s. So there you go. Yeah, DiMarzio and Seymour Duncan did it first. How awesome is that? Seymour Duncans are so good, man. Seriously. I love Seymour Duncans. So good. Unbelievably good. Like, I'll take Seymour Duncan 59 over any P90 or PAF. I know maybe that's just me, but Seymour Duncan 59s are superb. And they came up with them like God knows how long ago. Ooh, yay. So, yeah. All righto. Did I miss any chats, by the way? Where's our little music in the background? All right. Did we miss any chats? We don't like to miss any chats. We want to read every chat. No, I think we addressed everything. No, I think we were. By the way, let me have a look at this. Now that we've talked about it, Charvel DK065 Dinkies. Charvel DK065. Dude, I don't know what that one is. Oh wow! Oh, this is what you guys were talking about. Yeah, right. I see where you're coming from. Check this out. I get it. I get the vibe you guys are talking about now. Especially with those stacked humbuckers. I get it. Yeah. It reminded me of those when I first saw it, the vibe that I got from it is those ESPs, like 80s inspired ESPs that Vadim mentioned too. This one, Ferrari Red. That one. There you go. Oof. Look at that. 1990s Charvel by Jackson. DK065. Vintage Super Strat. Red with Floyd Rose Model 3. On eBay right now. How much are they selling it? I wonder. There's one on Reverb too. For Lefty. Ooh, wow, okay. Oof, look at that. So that's the humbucker, right. Nice. 42 mils, nut width and slim neck, D-shape. Nice, okay. Probably the best neck I checked. Stupid square neck joint, though. Ah, okay, so they have the square bolt-on joint. I hear you. Okay. But see, here's the thing. Like, have a look here, for example, right? Guitars from the 90s have this, like, nice, like, really nice, super stratty arm carve. Like, really accented, right? The fact that not every guitar has it is a surprise to me. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, the fact that Les Pauls don't have it is a surprise to me. The fact that Tellys don't have it is a surprise to me. Why is it that a Super Strat or any Strat, a normal Strat, can have it? But unless it's like an American Ultra 2 Telecaster, other Telecasters don't. I never got it. Same with Les Pauls. Like, you got this ginormous, thick, heavy guitar in traditional ones. And maybe a little more slim on like more modern stuff, right? But just add that little extra at the top there, man. Let the arms come in comfortably without something poking at your arm. Yeah. It's not that hard, especially like at a higher tier, you know. Doroteo says, I got a Jackson X Series Soloist SLX. Dude, let's search that. Hold on a second. Jackson S Series Soloist SLX DX guitar 2010. Ooh, yeah. Which one is that? $300 at a pawn shop. Retail was $850. Right. You got it for $200. Nice. Hell yeah, look at that. That's like, when did you get that, Doroteo? That's actually a really good price for that. $200 for that guitar. If it's mint condition, 200 is super good. Look at that. Like, you got it for like a quarter of the price. Pretty much. Vadim says, very bright and loud wood made of yellow poplar. Not that cheap poplar that Cord uses now. TRS 101 Floyd is totally needs a 1996 Gota. I love Gotas. I agree with you. Look, Floyd, like, or I have American Floyds, like original Floyds, rather. And when I compared with Gota and Schallers, for example, original Schallers, German Schallers, yeah, I don't think Floyd's would come out at the top. I love the German Schallers. So good. That's just like the Floyd moves like butter. Love it. Yeah. Vadim says, it's with Laura fretboard. I know this Jackson, nice price though. It's like twice cheaper than it should be. Yeah. Back in Feb 2024, so not long ago. Hats off to you. That's a great find, pal. That's a great find. Yeah, that's like, I don't think I've ever gotten a guitar for a quarter of the price. That's really good. Yeah. That's a win. We like it. We like it a lot. But yeah, it's a soft market, long story short, right now. Like, if anybody wants to buy a guitar, if you know how to buy secondhand, and it's not that hard. I think I have a video on like a checklist. It's on the YouTube channel somewhere. A checklist on what to look for when you're buying a new guitar secondhand. I'm pretty sure I posted it. It's not that hard. There's certain things you got to look for. You can checklist it even if you want to. And once you get it, like, you can not only buy things a lot cheaper directly locally from people. You can negotiate with them if you want to bring it down even more. And there's some great stuff out there secondhand, man. Like mint condition stuff you can buy at like 70%, 60% of the retail price at least. Doroteo got it for 20%. 25% of the retail price. So that's superb. But yeah. Like, the moment you buy a guitar and then you want to sell it secondhand, immediately 20-30% is off the retail price right now. Immediately. Like, not even, like, you buy it, you want to sell it the next day. You haven't even touched the guitar. 20% off easily. The market is soft. It's crazy right now. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. I think we're going to leave it here. We did really athletically today. And I think it will be the last time that I'll wear a white t-shirt to the stream. I think that we will never, like, you guys did me dirty today with this whole high panda thing. I don't know if I have to think about whether I'll do white t-shirts ever again live. Okay. I like white, you know, it's a nice color. It's peaceful. We like it. We like it a lot. But not at the cost of being called a panda. That's I think so. Where'd you guys get panda from? Yeah. So there we go. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it a day. y'all. For those of you who are on our school platform, our school stream starts in 15 minutes. So guys, for those who don't know, we have a school platform. Members get live lessons and then live practice sessions every weekend. So I go live literally after this. We go live in 15 minutes exactly from now. And we are currently, so last week we memorized the Aeolian mode shape. And this week we're starting to work on the Locrian mode, and we're linking the two shapes together. And the community that we have, there's two things that the guys have to do. So Doroteo is one of those people there. The thing that the guys have to do, number one, you have to show up for every live stream on the weekend and do the practice. So I'm getting you to take the action. And then secondly, every Thursday, you have to send me, you must send me your progression video. So after this, in 15 minutes, we're getting the next stream started in our school community. So for those of you who are interested in joining us, I'll put the link in the chat for you, and you can come and check us out. It's an athletic community. So this week we're working on Locrian, and then connecting the Locrian and Aeolian together. And obviously you have like the video courses and everything else for guitar playing. Like we got the music theory, we got the modes right now, and we're building up a solo lab as well in there. So it's going to be muy atleticamente is what I'm trying to tell you. So Doroteo, I'll see you there in 15. Doroteo says, I won't be able to do the instruction. What? I was just saying I'll see you there. Thanks for the video on the modes and scales. Did solid to the point. Loved it, dude. No, you did a great job. I get it. You didn't bring your gear with you on your vacations. That makes perfect sense, dude. Well, the good news is that all the streams are recorded anyway, so it's going to be in the recorded folders. Check it out, Ben. Yeah. Literally, just like after every other stream we did, we'll put the recording on that in the recorded folder. Check it out. But Doroteo, if you can, if you could please start working on the Locrian. So the instruction video is already there. I'll put the recording today as well. So then when you send me your progression video on Thursday next week, you can add the Locrian mode to it as well if you can. And if not, if you need any hands, just let me know. We'll figure it out together. Yeah. Vadim says pandas are great. Why do you hate panda? I don't hate pandas. I thought it's just a jab for you guys to call me fat. And I don't mind that either. I put a lot of hard work into it. You know how much I had to eat to have this athletic body? You guys have no idea. No, pandas are cute. We're busted. We're just pulling each other's leg right now. We like it. BB says it was a fun stream. Thanks, brother. So good to see you. So good of you to join again. Join us every weekend. We can have a lot of fun chats here. I'd love to have you next week too. Don't be a stranger. Don't go away for too long, is what I'm saying. Vadim says pandas roll, act the way they like, always high on bamboo, like big Lebowski and Bear Body. Yeah, no, they're fun. The pandas are fun. I like them. Vadim says no fat jokes. It's about colors, white and black nosy. I get it. I know, dude. Don't worry. Trust me. Like I've been doing guitar content like online. I brought my guitar stuff online for about 4.5 years now. Trust me, brother. Fat and panda is the most quaint things you guys can say. Like the stuff you hear when you start putting yourself out there. It's like you guys went panda at some point. I'm like, oh my God, you think? Like you think? That's so sweet. Vadim says, I'm like 95 kilograms myself. Brother, you got another 40 to go. We need at least 120. At least, Vadim. You gotta level it up a little, okay? Get those beef stroganoff. Beef stroganoff? Is that how you pronounce it? Get those in. Add a little bit of extra mayo, potatoes there, with a side of vodka. Oof, baby. Ready to go. So, yeah, get it athletic, Vadim. Get it up. Vadim says 170, not tall, though. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, then 95 is okay. 95 is athletic. We like that. All right, enough yapping, y'all. Enough. We yapped a lot today. Guys, thank you so damn much for hanging out with me today. As per our tradition, let me have a sip to your health, guys. It's again, these streams are the highlight of my week. So I got to tell you, appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I'm going to have a sip to your health and your loved ones. Thank you so damn much, guys. Cheers.
In the quiet of the night, I hear a whisper in the wide.
Ooh, baby. As I always say, got a loved one around? Hug them today. Tell them you love them. You never know where the curtain closes, man. And if you got a guitar, and if you love playing that guitar, selfishly, today, pick it up for 2 hours and play it and have fun with it. Again, you don't know when the curtain closes, y'all. You don't know. Life's short. Gotta keep it sweet. Gotta keep it going. Play it, baby. Keep rocking, y'all. Have a great rest of the weekend. I want y'all to kick some ass this weekend. Athletically. Get it going. Getting stuff done. Guys, Zuhair, Sean, Doroteo, Vadim, BB, everybody who joined us today, thank you so damn much. Have a great weekend. Kick some ass. Mwah! And I'll see you on the next live stream. Take care of yourselves, y'all.